about a potential focus that you have. Maybe it's a focus on a problem. Sometimes, do you ever feel like a horse that's wearing blinders? Have you ever seen a horse race, or maybe a horse race in a movie? And sometimes the horses have blinders. So why do they wear blinders? So they don't get distracted. So they don't get distracted. It's for focus. And that creates full wheel vision. So the horse, instead of having 180-degree vision, their vision is contracted down to only 30%. The horse can only see 30%. Right? Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like a horse with blinders on, you know? That you only can really focus on whatever your it or your fear or whatever happens, and you're having trouble coming up with a solution, right? What if you could just expand your awareness, right? Don't you think that would help your life? Just imagine, what kind of problems could you solve if you could expand your awareness, right? And what kind of techniques, and we were talking about that, not being able to see around you. Expanded awareness is what it's called. And it was something that the samurai had. Do you know, samurai used to be approached by, I'm sorry, Yoshiko, can you grab me? Sorry, could you focus on me? Is that cool? Thanks. Okay, because their reactions are great, but I'm using this for my own self-study. Thanks. All right, so basically, that's what expanded awareness is. When you have expanded awareness, you can see what's going on around you, right? The samurai had that as well. The samurai, they go into battle, and they would be looking ahead, but they could feel what was coming up from behind them. Same as the Jedi, Yoda, right? Yoda would know what was about to approach. You could wear a blindfold, and if you're in expanded awareness, you know that you can take in more information from the environment around you. You know those kids in high school or university? Maybe it was you, maybe it was your classmate. Maybe those kids, they would just sort of stare out the window, but they would get an A on their exams. Do you know those kids? Maybe you were one, maybe you know a kid like that. It's because they were in a complete state of expanded awareness. That without having to focus 100% of the attention, they knew what was happening over here and were able to take in more information on the unconscious level. So instead of having focal vision, they would expand awareness, and that's the parasympathetic. You're working on your unconscious mind, absorbing the information. I like this. There's a Jewish guy who says, his name is Gadut Hamochin. I have to remember that because Gadut Hamochin is the Hebrew word for expanded awareness. It's pretty cool. And basically, what it says is that we tend to recycle the same problems. We recycle them. And so we end up having to take the same test again, and the same test again, and the same test again. Maybe you've experienced that. So if you could work through with expanded awareness, you'll be able to eliminate having to be retested, because you'll be able to solve your problems and be aware and take in more information at any time. Do you guys want to know how to do that? Yeah. Okay, excellent. So basically what you need to do is focus on a spot, any spot that you might see above eye level. If you see a spot above eye level, maybe a spot, any spot that you might see above eye level. You see a spot above eye level that you want to focus on, and just get all of your focus on a spot above eye level. You can choose your own spot, any spot's okay. Focus all of your attention on that spot, okay? Just take a moment and focus all of your attention on that spot. All of it. 100% of the attention on that one spot. Now notice around the spot. Notice around that spot. And slowly begin to expand your vision all the way to the sides, so that while your eyes look like they're looking at that spot, they're slowly expanding over to the side of your head. And maybe you might start feeling a little bit like you're in a trance, but you can almost feel behind your head. and that you're aware of everything around you. So that if someone were to come up from the side, you would be aware of their hands. You'd be aware of movements around you, things that you see. Excellent. Very good. And now you can return your vision up here, and you can still remain in a state of expanded awareness. Just remain in that state throughout the rest of the evening, anytime you want it. You're wondering, well, what if I want to use this in my everyday life? You can. Not just when you're here, but when you're here for people as well. Also when you're doing a presentation, you have your extended awareness and you know what's happening here. If you're playing a game of tag with your friends, you know who's coming up behind you. That whole game, some of us were in expanded awareness, which is why we act more stealthily and quickly react and solve the problems. So if you want a faster reaction time, put yourself in a state of expanded awareness. Anytime that you're in a state of learning, meditation, playing a sport, that's the ultimate time to be in expanded awareness. Excellent. So you guys go out, practice that today, tonight, this week, enjoy. And you'll absorb information from all around the world. Cool.